happy Tuesday. Hope you all had a lush Easter weekend. I had an amazing weekend, a really lovely weekend, which was fantastic. Got to see my bubba. Although I didn't get many squidges, somebody stole a lot of the squidges.
Yeah, I haven't seen my nephew properly in a while.
Yeah, so he stole most of the squidges. So we got double trouble today. We got Alex filming, and Josh is going to do some sewing. So how are you all? Hopefully all okay. Hopefully you all had a lush weekend. Apparently it's snowing across the country. It's the most beautiful sunny day here. It's a little bit cold, but it's like pure blue skies out there today. And yet there's snow all over the country apparently. So is it snowing by you? Hopefully you're not too cold. It's not too snowy. So
if it's snowy, they have to stay inside and do sewing anyway.
Well, that's true. That is true. Yeah, you can stay inside just do sewing. You've no excuse for walking the dog in all if it's snowing, isn't it? So who's there today, Al? Who's coming online?
We've got Taryn, Jean, Kate as the first three to come in.
Hi everybody. Lovely. Hi guys. Thank you to everybody who joined in. There was an offer over the Easter holidays for jelly rolls and layer cakes and honey buns. They all had £5 off the website. Lots of you took us up on that. And then the Gone went on Sunday night. And yeah, lots of you took us up on that offer as well. There is still a little bit left on there if you want to have a little look at it. There is a few things that are still there. So all really good prices. So have a little look on the Gone section because it will be coming off in the next couple of days. Okay, but there's lots of like end of lines and all sorts of bits and pieces on there. We've got to do the challenge post on Thursday. Thursday, because Sarah was busy over the shop and I was teaching, so it got missed. So I put it up last Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it was. Wednesday last week, to win this beautiful John Lewis sewing machine bag. Okay, so we asked you to show us all of your favourite blocks that you've ever made, your go-to block. And there were some really lovely things there. We're also going to do a second little prize, because I've got this really lovely beginner-friendly quilt book as well, which has got some really lovely patterns in it, some really nice ones in there. So we're going to do two. We're going to do the main draw for this one, and then because we were late with it, we're going to throw this in as well. Okay, so all of your names are in the hat, or bag, so you're all in there, and I'm going to get Josh to have a good rummage and pick out the first one. Okay, so the winner of the bag is
Heather Price.
Heather Price. Heather, the bag's coming to you, lovely. And then the book, Josh. So the book's going to
Leslie Wilkes.
Leslie Wilkes. The book's coming to you. So we will drop you a little message, and I will have those nice and safe. And I think we've got both of your dresses anyway, because you've both ordered from us. So I got stuck to my lipstick again. There's a thread. But I'll get those out to you, okay? Poor Alex has got a lot of postage today. A lot of postage. With so many orders. Sarah and Beth are ploughing their way through them over there. And I was just like, yeah, bye. I'm off to do the 1 o'clock. So anybody else there coming online? Anybody about?
We got hellos from Carol, Sonia, Carolyn, Marilyn.
Lovely.
People.
Lovely. Hi, everyone. So Josh is a complete beginner sewer. Was it your first time ever yesterday on the sewing machine? Yeah, first time ever on the sewing machine. So
first time even thinking about sewing.
Yeah. He had a little practice yesterday. So what I decided we'd do is a very simple little project, because he's a beginner, but then lots of you guys are beginners as well. Lots of you are inexperienced, but lots of you are new as well. So I looked for a little project that I thought Josh could have a go at. And so we're going to do a pillowcase. Not a cushion, a pillowcase. Okay, so Josh made this yesterday. I was really impressed. You can actually sew a straight line like that. It was really good. So I had these panels.
I've slept on it, so it's all my hair on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it went straight on his bed last night. I was like, it's a sample. He's like, it's going on my bed. So I had these panels, which I actually bought to make a quilt for him about 3 years ago. I never got round to. So we've turned the panel and some coordinating fabric into a pillowcase. Now, when you make a quilt for your bed, obviously, if you buy duvet covers and all, it comes with matching pillowcases. But if you were to say make a quilt for your bed, you might decide that you want matching pillowcases. So this is, I just thought this, it's a really nice, easy little project. We've done it out of a panel, but you could do it out of one simple strip of fabric, okay? And I'll give you all the dimensions in a moment. But like this quilt here, this is a quilt top that I pulled out just for a background. But say you'd made a lovely bed quilt, but you didn't necessarily want to have like the pillowcases of your duvet cover showing. You could make some pillow shams or pillowcases to match in with the quilt that you're making for your bed. So that's the idea behind today. They are really, really simple. Straight line quilting, so Josh could handle it, although he did really well. I'm thinking about getting him to do a quilt next. We'll do a little series of Josh sewing. So you need to grab your pillow, okay? So grab your pillow out of your pillowcase, out of a pillowcase, and you want to measure it, and you want to measure across the width of it like that, just with the tape measure. Okay, this one was 15, so we cut an inch bigger, so I cut it, it's 16 inches. Okay, and then you want the measurement across like that. Okay, so this one was 24 inches. Okay, you want to double that, 24, and then add 6 inches. Okay, to make your little bit that you sit your pillow in so it doesn't fall out the end. So whatever the length of your pillow is times 2 plus 6 inches. Okay, now we did the cutting yesterday because it's quite big cutting. Okay, so we did the cutting yesterday. So what we've got is he's going to have a thistle on the other one. Okay, so because this was a panel, not out of one piece of fabric, I've cut 2 pieces. Okay, so my top was 20, because it was 24 inches on the pillow, so I've added an inch, so it's at 25 by 16. Okay, are you all still with me? Is everybody there? Everybody got any questions so far? No? Everybody okay?
Pamela says, has been good watching you and Sarah Jane.
Ah,
so he
lovely.
will be good.
Fabulous. Hopefully you'll enjoy us doing this really simple little project. But because we're using a panel, I've cut 16 by 25. And then for the back of my pillowcase, it's 16 wide, okay, and then it was 25, but plus another 6 inches for my overlap, so it's 31. Okay, if you're not using a panel, if you're just using a lovely coordinating fabric, you can cut it as one long piece. You don't have to have a seam on this edge. You don't have to join it. You could, if you are using a panel, or if you're using a block, if you're going to make like an orphan block or something, make a block up. You just want to make sure that you've got one piece, you've got extra 6 inches on. Hopefully you're all with me so far. So, first thing we're going to do, or rather, the first thing Josh is going to do, is we're going to join these together. Okay, so do you remember how we did this?
Yeah, so we put them right sides together, and then I sewed down this line here.
Yep, that's it, perfect. So you're going to pin those in place. Now, I know I'm not a pinner. You should have pins over there, love. I know I'm not a pinner, but as a beginner, I think it's definitely worth using your pins. So we're just going to join the top to the back. Okay, so just going to put a couple of pins in there. Okay, got some. We're just going to join that up. So any questions, any comments? What did you do for Easter? Talk to me, ladies, while Josh is pinning. Otherwise, it's just me rabbiting on. Any questions there or comments, Al? No.
Pamela says, would like to see Alex sewing too.
Oh, what do you reckon, Al? Can we get you doing a project? Depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, right, let's move your coffee out of the way, because you're going to get your fabric in your coffee otherwise. Alright? And you remember what you're doing about, you're just going to use a 1/4 inch all the way down, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using this guide thingy here,
That's it.
and I got to remember how to use
Yeah.
everything else.
So put your foot down.
That goes down.
Yeah. Okay. And then you're just going to keep it against the edge of the guide, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Do I need to backstitch this one?
You can backstitch if you want, yeah?
I'll backstitch it.
I like the fact you've remembered. You did listen yesterday then.
Yeah.
There we go. So just going to do a 1/4 inch seam just to join them. Okay. You could do this as French seam if you wanted to, but if you're using one piece of fabric, there would be no seam here at all. Okay. So just concentrating on keeping that fabric on the edge of the guide, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions or comments there? You're going to have to talk to me today, ladies, because I'm not sewing, so...
And I'm pretty slow at sewing.
He's got the speed turned down to like medium, but that's the joyous, machines that have got speed controls on. If you're teaching somebody to sew, you can, slow it down. It's a lot easier for them.
Cheryl said, spent all Easter sewing, made myself a top for summer.
Ah, nice. Oh, pop a picture on for us, please, if you will. So you're going to just reverse again at the end. That's it. And cut your thread. Perfect. Okay.
Bam.
So, you're going to take your pins out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So has anybody made pillowcases before? It seems to be a big thing in America, actually. A lot of sort of things and all. I was looking about what to do on this one. A lot of Americans seem to make their own pillowcases. I don't know whether they're like duvet covers and pillows or all. You right?
I think I missed.
You missed a bit.
I did miss a
Okay.
bit.
All right. So grab the pick. You got the sew
I think
and picker there.
I think it's on that chair over there somewhere.
Ah,
I think I
yeah,
saw it
it
over
is. Okay. So when you're pinning, you just want to make sure that you're got those raw edges together. Okay, but that's okay. We can just take that back a little bit, like that. Just unpick it just a weeny bit.
I completely missed the fabric.
Little bit you did. Okay. So when you're pinning, just make sure you're getting those raw edges together, because it went a bit wonky back here. Okay, there we go. So remember, when you're pinning, just make sure that those are really together, okay?
Yeah.
So you don't... Got it? There we go.
Let's go more.
Make sure it doesn't move. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so start back about here and just come back down, okay?
Okay.
Right, any other questions there? Sorry, I forgot what I was saying now because I got distracted by pins.
Taryn says, I spent some time sewing and sorting for the house move.
Ah, nice. I did see the fact you'd finished your Doyle. Sorry, left am I leaning on it?
Yeah.
Your Doyle and your fairy and your block keeper as well. Yeah, we had a lovely class on Thursday actually. Really nice class on Thursday to make a block keeper. Yeah, the ladies chose some really nice fabrics actually. Really lovely fabrics. Okay, keep going all the way off. That's it, and then just reverse again at the end. Got it?
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be able to do one of these by yourself now if I wasn't about?
Possibly.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, right, take your pins
Just
out
about.
then. Just about. You'd manage.
I might have
Was that
to-
your phone on vibrate?
Yeah. I think I have to write the instructions down so I remember everything.
Yeah. Okay, so you can iron this out now, yeah?
Yeah. Gonna
Remember?
open it out and then iron it. It doesn't matter which way I iron.
Doesn't matter
it.
which way round you iron it now.
Just iron off.
Yeah, it is on. Go steady. Right, come this way so you've got a bit of space. There you go. Okay. So what do you think? Should we get Josh doing a whole beginner's quilting? We'll use him as a guinea pig. Could use you as a guinea pig and get you sewing.
I could sew
Start
a guinea,
right.
I could sew a guinea pig quilt.
You could sew a guinea pig quilt. Do you even like guinea pigs?
No. Oh,
No?
I like tartan.
You like tartan, yeah. Right, just pop that out of the way a second. Okay. Right, so we've now got a whole piece all put together, but if you were using one piece of fabric, you wouldn't need to do this step. Okay. We're now going to hem both of the edges, yeah?
Yeah.
So, do you remember what we did with the hemming?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So I'm folding it over on this white line here.
Yeah. Like that.
So
I'm pressing it.
I'm pressing it and then I'll fold it again, but I need to iron it first.
That's it. Okay, so pull that back over again. Moved it out of the way to give you some space. So you're going to hem both of the short edges, just a double hem. Okay, so you're going to fold it over about 1/2 inch and then fold it, iron it, and then fold it over again and then top stitch. Okay. So, any other questions or comments there, love?
Jenny says, made some quick tote bags for the egg hunt with the little peeps.
Ah, nice. Oh, who else did an Easter egg hunt? Mine are all too big for an Easter egg hunt now. I barely got them out of bed.
And the grandson's too small.
And the grandson is too small, yeah. Next year, maybe. Did you all eat your weight in chocolate, though? I made chocolate Rice Krispie cakes with little mini eggs and marshmallow crispy cakes as well.
Right.
They
Is that
went
too
down.
big?
Little bit, love. Yeah, a little bit. So you just want to. Can you remember what I said about folding it
Yeah,
over on that
fold
bit?
it
Yeah.
on the thingy.
Right on the edge like that, and then
Yeah.
giving that a press. Okay. Okay, so now you're going to stitch down. Where are you going to stitch?
So it's on here,
Right on
isn't
that
it?
edge. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Cool.
Okay. I'll have that iron over here, out the way. Over here. Okay. Get all that up like that. So do you remember, you're not keeping it. You're not using the guide this time. You're going to use this edge of the foot against that bit. Yeah.
So I need to put that over here. Don't
That's
I?
it. Yeah. You got it.
I don't need to back stitch this bit, do I?
No, you don't need to, because there's all these. That is all going to be in the hem later. Okay. So, any other questions, comments there? What else did you do?
Jean says the boys should all make blocks for a quilt.
Ah, there, that would be good. I don't know. Al's looking very sceptical. I'm not sure I'd get him on on camera. He might do. Okay. Keep an eye on that so you don't go off the edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see it's just walking a little bit?
Yeah.
So straighten it back up. That's it. There we go. Right. So slow it down a second. Can you see that this is moving a weeny bit?
Yeah.
So just readjust like that. You got it.
Okay.
There you go. It's not too bad. He gets a pretty straight line. We had one really wonky line yesterday. Okay.
Wow.
And then what you're going to do?
What am I going to do?
You're going to hem the other edge.
Oh yes, I'm going to hem the other edge. Sorry, I thought you meant with that hem. I thought there was something else I need to do with that hem.
No, just hem the other edge. Did I confuse you then?
Yeah. I was like, well, I thought that hem was done then. I was like, I missed a step.
Okay. Any other questions, comments there? What have people been up to? Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, right. Are you working back on yourself now?
I am, yeah.
A little bit. It's actually a lot easier with a piece of fabric this size to do it on your big ironing board, but it's very difficult to get that in shot. So we're doing it all on the little one. Yep.
Yeah.
And then flip it over again. There we go. So did anybody just tell me whether they'd made pillowcases? Have you ever made matching ones to go with a quilt?
Yeah, Diane says, I like making pillowcases and cushions, but never got the envelope closure right on the first time.
Ah, right, okay. Oh, well, hopefully we'll get it right on this one. I'll show you.
I think that's where I had my wonky line on the end of the closure thing.
Yeah. Well, it was on your French seam. I think you went a bit wonky on your French seam, but we wasn't too bad, okay? Right, go for it. So, and you're going to do the same as the other way, yeah?
Yeah.
So for next week, ladies, is anything, if you want to send us in ideas what you'd like us to show you next week, if there's anything you think, oh, I've always wanted to have a go at that block, or I've always wanted to have a go at that sort of little project. If there's anything there you can think of, you know, send us some suggestions. Ooh, that's a mouthful. It's always nice to hear from you guys, and it's worth, you know, we're doing these for you lot. So, you know, if there's anything there that you think, oh, actually, I'd really like to have a go at that. If it's feasible, we will give it a go. Okay, so you know, shout either in the comments today or send us a message and let us know if there's anything there you want us to have a go at. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Al? Anybody having a chat with me today? No.
Carol said, I made my son a matching quilt and pillowcase set a few years back.
Ah, lovely, lovely. Yeah, I think it's quite. I've not really thought about it before. I've got a quilt on my bed, but I just use the pillowcases for my duvet cover. But actually, it's if you all right,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not too bad. Little wonky, but it's not too shabby.
I went a little bit of a wonk.
Yeah, never mind. Right, give that a quick press then, and then we're going to put it together. But I hadn't really ever thought about making pillowcases to match a quilt, but I think it's quite a nice idea actually, particularly if you've got, you know, you've put all that time and effort into a quilt, have it all looking lovely. Okay, right, so now we've got the foldy bit. I'm going to give that one a press as well. Did you press that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Do we need to starch them? starched
You
them
could,
yesterday.
yeah, you could starch them. We starched the fabric before we cut it this time.
Oh, okay.
Where last time we starched it afterwards. Okay.
Makes sense.
Right, we're going to move this board out of the way a second. Okay. And then you're going to do a foldy thing. Now, because we're going to do French seams, this is going to look like it's the wrong way round. So, I'm going to fold it up in the middle. So, for us, that's that seam that we did, okay, because we've joined two pieces of fabric. So, we're going to fold it up here like this and line it up. Okay, so fold it along that seam and line up those edges like that. Okay. And you can see you've got this extra piece here, right? This is the fold over. So I'm going to get Josh to do this bit. So we're going to flip that one back over and fold it, and you want to get them in line, okay? So do you remember when we did that, yeah?
Yeah.
So do it like that. Okay, so it needs to go over just, can you see it's still a little bit long, so you want to fold it just a weeny bit more. That's it. That's it. Like that. And fold that under. So at the moment, it looks like it's, yeah, you want just a little bit more of that edge. And you just eke it over until it is in line. So this folded piece here is in line with that. There you go. Okay. And we're going to French seam the edges, all right? Which is why we've got it folded out this way first, because we're going to stitch down first and then turn it inside out and restitch so that all of these raw edges are all nice and enclosed. This definitely needs pinning, okay? So you want to make sure that this is pinned. So we're going to just line this one up here like this, make sure it's in line, okay? So pin along this edge closest to you first, yeah? Because you've got like 3 layers there where you've got that fold over. Got it?
Yeah.
Jenny says French seams are still eluding me.
Well there we go, we're going to do French seams. It always feels like a French seam is wrong because you're going to sew on the right side first and you think that's not right because you've got, you know, raw edges, but it's because of how we're going to turn it under. Okay, so I'm going to just give Josh a hand, just pin that up in there. Okay, you right?
Yeah.
See, he's a good boy, he pins all of it where I'd be just winging it by now. But since this is only his second ever time on a sewing machine, we'll let him pin as much as he likes. I'm going to just put a couple the other side just to stop it moving, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, right, do you remember we put the other foot on now because we're going to do a smaller seam allowance, so it's just there, love.
Oh, cool.
Just there, I've left it there for you. So you're going to drop that off, yeah? And you're going to put the other foot on. I'm a bit worried about that iron. Let me just move that out of the way a second over here. Okay, got it? So line, no, not quite. Line it up again. There you go, and you got it.
Cool.
And then we're going to move, so we want to do an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way down here. Okay, so you want a little skinny seam allowance. So you're going to move your width, your needle,
This one?
no, the plus sign, over. On my machine it's a 6 until it says 6.
Yeah.
Okay. And then do you remember you're going to try and keep this raw edge against the edge of that foot, yeah? So you're going to stitch all the way down. Now, you know, if you were using panels, okay, we used just a bit of excess fabric to make the panel because the panel wasn't quite long enough for the pillow. So we used a bit of the excess fabric on the end and just added that in. But you could do like a contrast panel, or, you know, like say your quilt's got flying geese or something in it. There's nothing stopping you doing this plain with like a lovely band of some of the pattern. You right?
Yeah, I just need to backstitch it.
You were backstitching, yeah? Okie doke, cool. There's nothing stopping you putting like a band of pattern or something in it. And you can actually back that. You can do it so that it's all completely enclosed, so you've got no raw edges showing. Which I'll put a link on actually. I found a really good YouTube video on how to do what they call a burrito pillowcase, which means that this section you could have pattern, but it's all lined under there, so that like if you did have a pieced section, none of those raw edges were showing. So I'll put a link onto our Facebook page for that one. Okay. Any questions or comments there, Han? Anybody having a chat to me today?
Carolyn said the technique to make a pillowcase is straightforward. Don't know why I've never thought of trying to make one.
Yeah, it really was. When I was looking for like really simple projects, it kept coming up, and I was just like, I've never made a pillowcase. I would never have thought of doing one. But actually, when you do it, it's a nice simple one for, you know, if you're doing it with kids or a new sewer, particularly. Like if you could make it a really, like, let them choose the fabric and make one for if they take a pillow in the car or travelling or anything with them, or if they're staying over at Granny's, you know, it's that idea that they could make their own pillowcase and all to have in their room.
Do I need to go back over that bit?
No, don't worry, that'll get hidden. So
Okay.
take these pins out, and you're going to just put a couple more. I've already put some in here, but just put a couple more in there. Okay. And you're going to do exactly the same down the other side. So we're just going to stitch 1/8 of an inch down both sides on the right sides to start with. Got it?
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments, Sarah?
Sandy said, like the quilt behind you, have I missed a demo of it?
This was a class we did a little while ago, actually. Not sure if the pattern is on the website. I will have a little look at it, but I could maybe do it as like a 1 o'clock or something, maybe just show you how to put it together. It was a class we did 18 months or so ago, I think. But yes, I can certainly just chuck one in there, and you should be okay, love. Okay, and then stitch down 1/8 of an inch that side. Alright.
Yeah.
It's pretty straight, mine, though. I know it's walked a little bit, but it's pretty straight.
Sweet.
Any other questions or comments there? Anybody having a chat? No?
You look through.
You just trying to find the question. It doesn't have to be a question, it can just be comments.
Yeah, because there's some, like, Linda says, doing well, Josh.
Yeah.
Things like that.
He's doing alright, isn't he? Do you think you would take it up as a hobby, though? Do you think sewing would be something you would do, or not?
I mean, if it like practical use, sure.
Yeah.
Like if I need a new quilt cover and pillowcases, then probably, yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I think I walked off a bit.
Okay.
Oh.
Sewing and talking, is it? It's a bit requires too much concentration.
Yeah, I worked that bit out yet.
It's not going to take over gaming just yet, then.
No.
No.
I mean, I like making things anyway. I just haven't done it with fabric.
Yeah, because you're very sort of like, you know, crafty, but with like wood and
Yeah, like I did fences and sheds and
dry stone walling and all that sort of thing, didn't you?
hedges, bird houses, bird tables, like stuff with wood and living things and rock, but not with fabric. Nothing that I need dainty fingers for. So I have big hand fists.
Something like this though is relatively easy to do, you know, and like you're quite big into your recycling or making things like tote bag, reusable bags and stuff and things like that. You'd probably have a go at, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and probably more reusable masks.
Yeah.
Anything that makes like life easier and reusable stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, right. All those pins are going to come out now then.
Yeah.
So I'll take a couple out of this side for you. Any other questions there, guys? Anybody coming up with any ideas of what they'd like us to show you in the next couple of weeks?
Angela says, how do the Zoom classes work regarding organising the fabric and patterns? Do we order those?
No, so if it's a Zoom class, fabric won't be included. They are sometimes, but the majority of the time fabric's not included, so you're going to turn it inside out, yeah? So once you've sewn down 1/8 of an inch both sides, you're going to turn it inside out, okay? Cool. So, you right? Did they get a shot of you then?
No, it's
all right.
Bonk the camera.
All right. So with the Zoom classes, pattern is always included. Okay, we always include the pattern and cutting instructions and all that lot. You normally get those about the fabric requirements sort of a week beforehand, but if you want it before that, drop us a message and we'll send it out. And then you get your cutting instructions a couple of days beforehand, and then the night before we'll send the full pattern out with the Zoom meeting details. Some patterns do have fabric included, some classes, but not many, to be honest, because most time people want to do them in their own. Right, do you remember about rolling that seam?
Yeah.
Do you remember getting that
roll
seam?
the seam?
Yeah,
get
so
the
you're
seam
going
out
to
and
roll
iron.
that seam to get that seam right on the edge, yeah, and then iron it. Okay, so
I don't know
a little around the back. Most people want to do, you know, a quilt or a project in the colours they want, so we don't tend to include fabric, but we will give you all the fabric requirements. Okay.
Apparently the video has been dropping out for a lot of people.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully it's not been too bad.
I'm terrible at this.
Got it?
I can't get it to roll.
Don't get it to roll. So you sort of do that with your fingers, and the seam will come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got it now.
Yeah.
I think I was doing it wrong.
There we go. So give that a good press now, like that. There you go. Okay. So you roll that seam to get the seam right on the edge. Give it a press, and then we're going to stitch again, and then all those raw edges will be enclosed. Okay, so bring that down towards you, and then hang on 2 seconds. Can you see? You just want to get that seam right on that edge, like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, and then do the same that side. So if you kind of
Do I need to stitch that bit down first? Or
no, it's alright. Just give it an iron. It'll be fine. Give it an iron. Any other questions or comments there, love? Did that help with the zoom? Sorry, I was keeping an eye on what Josh was doing as well then. Anything else there? Okay, right, it's lovely, lovely. So, what you're going to do now is you now want to sew, because we did 1/8 of an inch to start with, you now want to sew, I'm going to say edge of foot, so about 3/8 of an inch. So if you put this back to 3.5, there you go, can you see it lit up? So that means the needle's right in the centre. And you're going to do exactly the same. You're going to keep it on the edge of the foot, but it's going to be a wider gap now, so it'll enclose all those edges.
Cool.
Okay, so I'll move the iron out the way again for you.
Am I back stitching this one again?
I would back stitch this now as well, yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So again, you're just going to keep this edge right on the edge of that foot, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions, any comments there?
Keep going.
Got it? Yeah.
Cheryl said, my son made a pair of shorts and a pencil case at school.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, there you go. Would you make clothing?
Yeah, I guess so,
You
yeah.
have to get Granny down to teach you clothing if you wanted to do clothing. My mum's an amazing dressmaker. She used to make like
a kilt.
You can make a kilt. Oh, that's quite ambitious.
I mean, we've got like a proper tartan.
We have got our own tartan,
I
yes.
can make a kilt.
Can make a kilt. Not going to start simple with like, a t-shirt or something. No, I'm going to make a kilt. I'm going to go full on.
I thought a kilt would be easy.
Is your name Sarah Jane? She's not going to go the simple one. She wants an really intensive thing to start with.
You spend too much time with Sarah Jane, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Fast.
Got it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to get Granny down. I can dressmake a little bit, but not much. So keep going right to the end.
It'll be fine, it'll be funny. It'll be me and Gran doing it.
Yeah.
Keep going. I forget that it's not.
My mum's amazing. She used to make like dance costumes and tutus, like proper corseted tutus and stuff, and all sorts.
Go to the other side.
Go do the other side, yep.
Jackie said, what foot are you using, please?
That one, that's just my standard J foot on a brother, just your normal general all-purpose sewing foot. So with the French seams, I moved my needle over to 1/8 of an inch and used edge of foot. And then when we're doing this seam, you want it to be about 3/8 of an inch. I mean, it depends on what size you want your French seam to be. You could do 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. As long as the second seam is bigger than the first seam, it will enclose all those raw edges. And that's the whole idea of it, is to get all those edges really nice and neat. Look at you, whizzing along there now.
Yeah, it's really, I can't speak because it's really taking all my concentration.
Yeah, there's no multitasking for Josh in a minute. There you go. So all the way to the end. Right, I'm going to take the pillowcase out of this one so we can make sure that this fits. I'll take the pillow out of this one. Okay. There we go. Right, so push that through to the right side out, and then you would cut off all your ends and stuff. Okay, that's it.
Put those out.
That's it. Pop that one out. Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously you would clean up all your edges and stuff, but then you should be able to get your pillow. Got it?
Yeah.
In there. joint effort. Got it?
Yeah, I think so.
Hang on, let's get that right down the end, like that. Obviously there's a few threads that need cutting. And then you've got your little turnover.
Not sure I've done that towards the camera.
There you go. So you've got your little turnover on the edge there, like that, to hold your pillow in. Nice and safe. And you've got your matching pillowcase. Okay, obviously these edges need threads need to trim in and stuff, but yeah. So I mean, these panels I've had for years. Like I said, 3 or 4 years. I've never got round to doing anything with them. So Josh has commandeered them. You're going to sit and trim all your threads now, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Better than I. I never trim my threads. Okay. So pillowcase is really, really nice, easy little project. I think it would be really nice to do with, you know, like a beginner sewer or your grandkids. Get them to choose some really nice fabrics. I will put a link up, like I said, to show you how to do a burrito one, which gives you like a lined piece at the beginning, so you could do a pieced one if you wanted to. You're just concentrating on threads now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Any questions? Any comments there?
There's a lot of good jobs and looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad at all, does it? So should we get him doing something else?
Well, it'll be a quilt then.
You want to do a quilt now, don't you?
I'll do a matching quilt.
You want to do a matching quilt? Okay, we'll maybe do something in the next couple of weeks. We'll get him doing some quilting as well, piecing anyway. Any other questions or comments there, Al?
I've almost got them all.
There's a lot of well done's.
Wow.
Well done. Cool. Fab. Nice job. So you've got a pair of little matching tartan pillowcases now. So you're gonna have to make a quilt to go with it now, aren't you?
Well, they're going straight on my bed anyway.
They're going straight on your bed.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got tartan bedding that he likes anyway. So these will just match in nicely. So cool. Well, that's it for today, I think. I'm going to go back over and help Sarah finish packing up your orders, and then we need to get some stuff up to Achanda ready for the weekend. Not Achanda, the craft store. Craft store. I keep calling it Achanda. It's the craft store now. You are just going to sit and snip threads.
I found one on the one
oh, right, okay. So we're going to help Sarah, and we've got to get some bits up there. I'm back tomorrow with a new block for Block of the Week, and then Sarah is doing origami butterflies with fabric.
I imagine I'll be back behind the camera.
Yeah, you might be back behind the camera, but thanks for being brave enough to come and do it anyway.
It's alright.
Give it a
fun.
go. It's good.
Apparently the app is still called Hachanda.
Pardon?
Apparently the app is still called Hachanda.
Yeah, apparently the app, they're having trouble getting it working, the new app or something. So yeah, I think they're having a few issues with their tech at the moment. But hopefully it'll all be all right for Sunday. Sarah's on at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning with some lovely, lovely bits going on. So yeah, any other questions or comments there before we go?
Fiona says, like the sound of the butterflies.
Yeah. Yeah, they look good.
A bunch more well done's have come in.
Thanks.
Cool. Right, we're going to go then, and we'll get him back on in the next couple of weeks making a quilt. We'll do a real nice, simple. Maybe we'll do a tartan pattern quilt. Maybe that's an idea. I'll design a tartan pattern.
We have more of these as well.
We have a couple more of those panels, yeah.
Panels.
So we'll do something with those maybe. But cool. And then we've got to persuade Alex to do something, and then I don't think we'd ever get Tom. Tom would just he would be completely.
We could just
lack
get
speech.
one.
He'd be
each
gone
boy
in 10
to
minutes.
Each son to make a
block.
A block.
There's no way we'd get Tom in front
and
of
then
the
we
camera.
can give the whole quilt like a baby one, and then we give it to Jonah.
Oh,
Or we might
that's a nice
We can
idea.
get like Sam and Jacob to do it as well, and then it'll be an
So
uncle blanket.
like an uncle blanket.
An uncle blanket.
Sam and Jake are my daughter-in-law's brothers. Yeah, should we get? I'll get Kate, who's Cara's mum. Get Kate to teach Sam and Jake, or get Sam and Jake over here when they're allowed to come over, and we'll. That's a nice idea. You all want to make a block.
Or make a block.
Or make a block and do it for
blanket.
Jonah. Make an uncle blanket.
Uncle blanket.
Cool. Right, I'm going to go anyway, guys, because we're just chattering nonsense now. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.
Bye.